into the center circle as number 24, that's Ethan Carver. Well, no, they're going to put in Bryce Henry for the jump ball.
I would love to see a tip here from Lath over to Heath Nibbs.
And Lath Huxworth is hurting after that jump ball as he went up in the air and came down with a disgruntled look on his face. Henry with the basketball as he dishes off to Harville. Harville going to Landon. Landon back out to Harville on the far side of the court. Harville now with the basketball going down. Jump shot from 7 foot. Yes, it falls. And Harville puts the first 2 points up on the board for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats.
Shooters are over there in the shooter's gym.
Nola Causey with the basketball. Top of the key between the circles. Throws out to Logan Hunter. Hunter, he fakes the handoff and throws back out to Connor Mowry. Mowry back here on the near side corner as Connor goes left, dribbles right, and trying to get some penetration. And he throws to Lath Huxworth at the free throw line. Lath, sharp little jump shot, left-handed, and he scores. Lath Huxworth tying the ball game 2-2 as Harville quickly takes the basketball up the floor, goes over to Landon Trammell. Landon goes over to Harville, over here to Dawson. Dawson throws it down to number 24, that is Carver. Carver with the basketball down to the baseline. He throws out to Landon. Landon fakes and goes off to Dawson. Dawson scores 2. And it's 4-2. A very back and forth ball game here in the opening seconds of the first quarter. 6:38 as Heath Nibbs throws ahead to Logan Hunter. Hunter with the basketball as he dribbles back top of the key, throws off to Connor Mowry on the far side. Connor Mowry at the free throw line, back out to past the three-point line. Throws off to Nolan Causey. Causey out the far side to Logan Hunter. Hunter back top of the key. Connor Mowry, 3 ball. It's good. Connor Mowry scores 3.
Great ball movement there from the Indians to get Connor wide open at the top of the key.
It's Harville, top of the key, off to Dawson Trammell. Fakes a 3. Step picked up his pivot foot. It's a travel. 6:07 up here in the first quarter as it is Johnson City 5, Anna Jonesboro 4.
First turnover on the Wildcats, and I think that's going to be the difference in the ballgame is the turnover differential.
Heath Nibbs out of bounds as he's got to find somebody. Gets it at Logan Hunter before the 5-second count. And Connor Mowry now has the basketball down to the paint on the baseline. It's knocked out of bounds off of Harville. It'll be Johnson City basketball as the referee's waiting for Heath Nibbs. Nibbs out of bounds for the Johnson City Indians. Nibbs looking. He throws it to Lath. Lath goes over to Logan Hunter, top of the key, and feeds it into Heath Nibbs. Nibbs dribbling down into Logan. And Logan got a foul as he tried to go up for a layup. 24, it's Ethan Carver, his first, team's first. And Logan Hunter will go line to shoot 2.
We talked about it in the pregame. Great touch from the big man Hunter here.
Big smooth himself. Their first shot, it's good. And that makes it 6-4. 5:54 left here in the first quarter. 2-point lead for Johnson City currently. Shots up, and it's short. And the ball comes down to Landon Trammell. Goes over to Harville here on the near side. Harville ahead to Dawson. Dawson goes to Harville. Harville back up to Henry, top of the key. Henry hands it off to Harville. Harville 3 ball, no good. It's off the side, and Henry gets the basketball but steps out of bounds. It'll be Johnson City possession.
I think he was trying to throw that off of Heath and just completely missed.
Heath Nibbs out of bounds, throws it into Connor Mowry. Mowry off to Heath. Heath back this way as Dawson tries to get a steal. And Connor Mowry now with the basketball down to the paint, up for 2. And he's fouled. And he'll get 2 shots from the charity stripe.
Early on, these officials letting these guys play a little bit.
That's his second on Ethan Carver. Connor Mowry at the line to shoot 2. 5:28 left here in the first quarter. 6-4 is our tally here at Anna Jonesboro. Good by Connor Mowry. I find it hilarious that the student section over there is trying to mess our guys up with the free throw line.
I like all the shirts that they got on that have nice little quotes and whatnot. Would be the best way I could put that.
2 for 2 for Connor Mowry. 8-4 is the tally here because I hate rhyming. Ethan Carver on the far side. He throws off to Dawson Trammell. Dawson at the top of the key. Dribbles into the free throw line. Back out to Carver. Carver now going down to the paint. Throws it off to Henry. Henry trying to go up. Can't do it. He pauses and throws back out to Carver. Carver down to the lane himself. Jump shot from 5 foot. No good. As Henry gets a basketball. And there's a foul on Logan Hunter. His first, team's first. Thought it was on Bryce Henry for going over the back.
I thought it might be a push off or something to that extent. They gave it to Logan Hunter, nonetheless.
And Henry now at the line to shoot 2. Shots up. It's good. 5-8 is the score as Carver comes out of the basketball game. Into the basketball game comes number 14, Denny.
Peyton Denny is 6'4", sophomore.
Shots up and no good as Denny tries to get the rebound. Lath comes up and he's hurting. He is hurting something serious. Nolan Causey with the basketball, dribbles off, top of the key, throws it off to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs backing up towards half court as he's guarded by Landon Trammell. Landon throws over to, Heath Nibbs throws off to Causey. Causey goes up to Connor. Connor for 2. The wide open layup underneath the basket.
7 points now for Connor Mowry here in this opening frame.
Harville slows it down as he throws off to Dawson Trammell. Dawson 3-ball. No, it's an air ball. And Landon stepped on the out-of-bounds line after receiving the air ball. 4:24 left here in the first quarter. 5-point lead for your Indians, 10-5.
Great job by Heath Nibbs on the defense there after the air ball.
And Logan Hunter pushing the ball into Heath Nibbs. Back over to Logan. Logan stops, and he picks up and throws off to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs crossing the timeline off to Nolan Causey. Causey throws it in between Connor Mowry and Logan Hunter, and it'll be Wildcat basketball out of bounds.
Just a miscommunication there from the Indians. Deal with it and go on.
Lath Huxworth down low for the Johnson City Indians as Harville takes the basketball, throws off to Landon. Landon Trammell 3, no. And Lath comes up with the rebound. Nolan Causey with the basketball, throws it off to Lath Huxworth. Huxworth with the basketball, stops, dribbles, and he tried for the layup. And Harville saves it from going out of bounds. And there's a foul. It's going to be on 34. Lath Huxworth, his first, team's second.
I thought they'd get Heath Nibbs there.
And I thought they would too. As the official timeout, the mass timeout, we'll be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
Why would you go anywhere else? It's not just a slogan. They mean it. They mean it with the one-on-one attention they give students. They mean it with the quality instruction and programs of study they offer. They mean it with their affordable tuition. They mean it when they want to live up to the mission of serving all students in the best way possible. Now you can look elsewhere, but when you ask your friends, your family, or anyone else that has ever attended John A. Logan College, they'll tell you, why would you go anywhere else? And they'll mean it.
And as we come back to Anna Jonesboro, myself, Mike Cannon, Dustin Hill alongside. And Dustin, as we have started this ball game, it is something special to watch out and see the Johnson City fans over there standing, cheering, clapping, along with our cheerleaders as they are out on the floor right now. And especially with that mass timeout, or officials timeout as they call it, which seems a little silly, but hey, it is what it is. And out of bounds is Denny. Denny throws it into Harville as Anna Jonesboro takes the ball up the court, crosses the timeline, and goes to the far side. He dribbles left, dribbles right, throws off to Dawson Trammell. Trammell top of the key, throws off to Landon. Landon 3-ball, no, it's off the back of the rim, and there's a foul. It's going to be on Logan Hunter.
Wow.
Whoa. That's his second, team's third. And out of bounds will be Landon Trammell.
It looked like Bryce Henry went over the back there, yeah.
And into Denny. Denny swings it off to Harville here on the near side. Harville back to Landon. Landon 3-ball, no good, as Logan Hunter gets the basketball for the air ball. Connor Mowry ahead with the basketball now. 2 steps, throws it out to Nolan Causey, back out to Logan. Big smooth for 3. No, it's out and out. as Landon comes down with the basketball and throws down to Henry, wide open for two. Bryce Henry scores two. It is 10-7, Johnson City's lead. Heath Nibbs bringing it back, going.
That is not a very good call, Matt.
Heath Nibbs trying to get down into the paint. They called a charge on Heath Nibbs. His first, team's fourth. And
he got to be playing it. They were still moving. It is what it is. We head the other way.
Harville with the basketball across the timeline, and Connor Mallory tries to get the steal into Landon Trammell. Trammell back to Denny, off to Harville. Harville top of the key, throws over to Dawson here on this side. Dawson feeds it into Denny. Denny with the basketball, tries to spin, and he loses the basketball off to Dawson. Dawson back to Landon. Landon down to the paint, jump shot for 5 foot, it's good. Landon Trammell scores two, makes it 10-9. Johnson City down by 1. Leite is fouled hard by Henry, and he's down. He's down.
This is something you don't want to see.
No.
From the 6'7" junior.
You don't want to see that, and he's hurting. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio WGGH.
For future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Illinois. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Illinois High School Association and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
As we return to Anna Jonesboro, Leif Huxworth being helped up as he gets up now and taking a painful few steps off of the court. And
it looks like he's going to the shoulder blade.
Yep. And not sure if he's pulled something or not. Keaton Fort comes into the basketball game for Johnson City.
We touched on a little bit off air, man. I thought maybe they would hit Bryce Henry with an intentional foul there, but it'll be Keaton Fort stepping to the free throw line for Coach Scott Brzezinski.
Keaton Fort lines up. 10-9 is the score. 2:31 left here in the first quarter. Shots up. It's no good. It's off the back of the rim. And Denny and number 5, that's Mixon, switching spots. And number 1, Hall, into the basketball game also for Anna Jonesboro. Keaton Ford for his second shot. It's up, and it's off the back of the rim. Harville comes down with a rebound. Harville taking it quickly to the other end as he steps inside the three-point line, right back up, and he comes over to top of the key. Looking side to side, and he backs up near the half-court line. 2:17 left here in the first quarter. Harville hands it off to Landon. Landon goes off to Hall. Hall with the basketball back to Harville, right at the free throw line as he tries to go in.
Wow.
And there is a foul. It's going to be on Connor Mallory. His first, team's 5th. And out of bounds will be Landon Trammell. Landon takes the basketball. He puts his men into motion. Landon feeds it into Denny. Denny throws it ahead as Logan Hunter.
Oh wow, that's a second call, Matt. And I'm sorry, that hit his feet were still moving. They get the charge there, and it heads the other way. But that's no fault of Heath Nibbs.
And Heath Nibbs' second foul. Isaiah Watson going to come in and replace Heath Nibbs as the Wildcats will have the ball out of bounds. 2:01 left here in the first quarter. 10-9 is the score. Johnson City ahead by 1.
It'd be nice to get a stop here. Get momentum back.
With the basketball going to the far side. He looks. He finds Landon Trammell. Top key and traveled. There we go. And Johnson City will have the ball back. 1:50 left to go here in the first quarter.
Matt, right here, you want to put a stamp on this quarter. You've got 1:50 to go here. You're up 1. Had a couple of questionable calls. Now go make a statement here, get a basket, and then get another stop at the defensive end.
Leif Huxworth comes in, and Logan Hunter comes in.
Nice
goes off to Connor Mallory. Back off to Logan Hunter. And the student section is appalled at that call.
They're going to get Peyton Denny on the foul there on Logan.
His first, team's fourth, and Logan Hunter will go back to the line to shoot 2. Minute 39 left here in the first quarter. 10-9, still the score. Shots up and good by Big Smooth. Logan Hunter. Henry in the basketball game, replacing number 5, that's Mixon. And now, second shot for Logan Hunter. It's good.
All 3 of Logan's points coming via the free throw line.
And Hall with the basketball. Throws off to Harville here on the near side. Harville fakes a 3. Goes to Henry, top of the key. Henry the basketball off to Hall on the far side. Hall looking, and he picked up his pivot foot. And once again, a travel call on Anna Jonesboro.
That's 5 turnovers here in this first quarter for Anna Jonesboro.
Minute 26 left on the first quarter. 12-9 is the score. Inbound to Connor Mallory. Connor Mallory goes down.
It was going to be a travel over here on the sideline, no call, and then he took that little jab step here on the pass and got called for the traveling violation.
Anna Jonesboro, a very back-and-forth ball game here. Minute 20 as Harville crosses the town line. And Landon and Isaiah Watson, good hustle from him, pushing the ball out of bounds. It'll be Anna Jonesboro basketball on the far sideline.
And I like seeing Isaiah Watson on Landon Trammell. You know he's going to try to score, and Isaiah's one of our better defenders.
Landon's really got to watch that push-off that he's doing because he just keeps pushing Henry into the paint up for 2. But Landon has really got to watch about pushing off of Isaiah Watson as he is pushing the ball. Connor Mallory down here to Logan Hunter. Hunter, as he goes back to Connor Mallory, throws off to Noah Causey, top of the key. Noah Causey with the basketball, dribbling back towards half court as Logan Hunter sets a screen. Nolan Causey, he throws it back up to Logan Hunter, top of the key. Nolan Causey with the basketball here on the near side. Looking. He's looking. Hands off to Connor Mallory here on the near side. Mallory fakes the lob in as he throws back to Noah Causey, top of the key. Reset the offense. 25 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Coach Scott Brzezinski probably holding for one shot here. And there's a foul. About. And Causey will, that'll just be the 5th on Anna.
And 18.2 seconds as Hall comes back into the basketball game, replacing Henry. Nolan Causey with the basketball out of bounds. 18.2 seconds left here on the first quarter clock.
And probably look for the Indians to start their offense at about 9 seconds.
Nolan Causey, top of the key, into Logan Hunter. Hunter at the free throw line, hands off to Connor Mallory. Mallory now with 9 seconds. He goes down. Jump shot from 5 foot, no good. Keaton Fort with the putback, good for 2. Harville takes a shot at the buzzer. Off the front of the rim. And that is how the first quarter will end. Johnson City 14. Wildcats of Anna Jonesboro 11. We'll be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
We're just a few taps away from crispy, golden, and delicious. A scroll from refreshment bliss. A mere click stands between you and a tasty treat. Get the McDonald's app with mobile order and pay and stay connected to all your favorites. Get a free 10-piece chicken McNuggets when you download the McDonald's app. Valid 2/7 through 2/27/22 at participating McDonald's. One-time use only. McD app download and registration required.
As we return to Anna Jonesboro, myself, Matt Cannon, Dustin Hill alongside Mason Hill on the other side of him, and just talking about the Game Changer app here on his phone.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
This is ridiculous.
Yes, he is that good at it.
My goodness.
Yeah,
just to be able to see the statistics right at a touch of a button and everything, that is amazing.
Absolutely.
Technology sure has changed from when it was old phone lines sending the broadcast over the radio.
Boston Peyton steps in. It looks like Logan Hunter steps out. Indians basketball. Causey will trigger.
Causey inbounds to Connor Mallory. Mallory, as he throws back to Causey. Causey crossing the timeline into Boston Peyton right at the free throw line. He fakes the handoff as he goes down to Isaiah Watson off his fingertips and out of bounds. It'll be Anna Jonesboro basketball. 7:50 left here in the second quarter. 14-11 is the score.
Fourth turnover by the Indians.
Harville with the basketball as he's talking to his coach, walking up the floor, Mike Chimness. Harville throws off to Dawson Trammell here on the near side. Over to Denny. Denny swings over to Harville. Harville three ball. No, it's off the back of the rim as Connor Mowry got that rebound, quickly taking it down the floor, and wow, he was called for a carry. Okay.
Turnover number 5 for the Indians, and that's something you don't see anymore in today's game is that carry call. I mean, really.
7:25. Throws off to Carver. Carver with the basketball off to Dawson Trammell down here on the near side corner. Out to Landon, top of the key. Landon stops and throws off to Carver. Carver loses his feet, but throws it quickly over to Denny. Denny back to Carver as Carver is out by the half-court line. Top of the key now. He throws it off to Dawson Trammell. Trammell with the basketball as he finds Harville down in the paint. Harville goes up. 7-footer, as Keaton Fort comes down with the basketball for the rebound. Isaiah Watson going down in the paint. Jump shot from 5 feet. It's good for 2. Isaiah Watson scores 2, and Johnson City is up by 5. Harville with the basketball throws over to Carver. Carver, as he dribbles in, dribbles out, goes back to Dawson Trammell, top of the key. Trammell with the basketball goes over to Harville here on the near side as he throws off to Carver on the far side. Carver at the free throw line, pushing it against Keaton Fort, but not being called for it. Landon Trammell goes deep into the paint. No good with the layup. Nolan Causey now with the basketball as Keaton Fort got the rebound for the Indians. Causey with the basketball crossing the timeline, and Harville is guarding him hard as Johnson City's trying to get the offensive going on. Connor Mowry off to Nolan Causey on the far side. Back to Boston Payton, top of the key, off to Connor Mowry. Mowry fakes a three. Throws off to Isaiah Watson. Watson right at the top of the key and dribbles down into the free throw line, and he's fouled. It'll be 2 shots. Landon Trammell will get his first foul of the ball game, team 6th, and Isaiah Watson will go to the line to shoot 2.
I love seeing the way the Indians are recovering defensively. I mean, you can see they might be a step behind, but they're stepping up when they need to close the distance.
Shots up and good by Isaiah Watson. End of the ball game comes Henry. He's going to replace Denny.
And I think a matchup to watch here going forward is going to be Harville and Keaton Fort down there when Anna has the basketball.
Shots up and good. 4 points for Watson here in the second quarter. 18-11 is the score. 5:53 left here as Harville crosses the timeline. Right at the top of the key. He goes down in the paint, goes up for 2. Oh, Keaton Fort had the ball in his hand, and he's called for a foul. It's going to be his first, team 7th. We go to line to shoot 1-on-1.
Very much of a young crew here doing round 1 of this regional matchup here.
Harville at the line, shots up, and no good. I'm sorry, not 1-on-1. It's going to be 2 shots. I apologize. He was going up for the shot. He was fouled, but it will be 1-on-1 on any other fouls. Ball missed both free throws.
Anna just 55% on the season.
Isaiah Watson with the rebound, throws off to Noah Causey. Causey crossing the timeline as he gets ready to set the offense. Throws over to Connor Mowry here on the near side. Mowry with the basketball, throws over to Isaiah Watson as Watson goes back to Keaton Fort. Fort back over to Boston Payton. Payton with the basketball, feeds out to Connor Mowry. Mowry on the far side as he fakes the handoff to Nolan Causey. Goes back top of the key, tries to reset the offense. Isaiah Watson now back to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball as Coach Scott Brzezinski tells players to move. And Nolan Causey taking it down to Connor Mowry. 3 ball from the corner. No. Boston Payton up with the rebound as he goes back up for 2. Oh, it's in and out. And there were hands all over Boston Payton, but no call from the official. Carver with the basketball to the other end as Keaton Fort knocks it out of bounds, and it'll be Anna Jonesboro basketball out of bounds on the far sideline.
Great job by Keaton Fort to get to that basketball and knock it out of bounds.
Carver with the basketball. He feeds it into Dawson Trammell. Trammell tries to get it in. He does to Carver. Carver down in the paint, up for 2. No good. Tipped by Keaton Fort. Going ahead to Connor Mowry. 4:45 left here in the second quarter. Johnson City still up by 7, 18-11. Connor Mowry with the basketball, trying to cross the timeline. He does, and the ball is passed into Keaton Ford. Ford going down in the paint. He tries to throw it back out to Connor Mallory, does, and the ball is tipped by Harville. Harville with the rebound as he goes ahead and quickly down to the other side off of his foot, and now Keaton Ford with the basketball goes ahead and on Causey. Causey going up for 2, and he's fouled by Dawson Trammell.
Both sides kind of lighting the officials up here in this first half.
And his first personal, team 7th. So regardless of the 2 shots from Nolan Causey, both teams will be in the bonus. 4:15 left here in the second quarter. Johnson City still ahead by 7. Make that 8.
And we talked about it, man. Just a freshman. How clutch is this young man?
He has really shown up since the Goreville Invitational Tournament, has really played well for Johnson City, and we look forward to seeing many more years out of him. Shot up and good for Nolan Causey. 20-11 is the score. Harville looks like he's ready to get this ball game over right now. The look of defeat on his face. Carver with the basketball for Anna Jonesboro. Off to Henry. Henry back to Harville, and there's a pushing foul for number 2, Dawson Trammell, his first, team's 8th. And wow, that was a good call for the Indians.
It was. We didn't see much up here in our perch, but the officials did, and we move on. And Isaiah Watson brings it across half court. Nice look into Keaton Ford. Keaton, layup, up and good.
And Mike Chamness wants a timeout, and he is madder than a wet hen. 3:50 left here in the second quarter. It is Johnson City 22, Anna Jonesboro 11. We'll be right back on Monster Radio WGGH.
IBEW Local 702, an international brotherhood of electrical workers, has more than 4,500 members. Working men and women in hard hats, steel-toed boots, and leather gloves scattered throughout the heartland, making a living while making the heartland a better place to live. IBEW Local 702 represents construction workers, tree trimmers, broadcast engineering, telephone company, and power utility personnel. IBEW Local 702 with offices in West Frankfort.
As we return to Anna Jonesboro, myself, Matt Cannon, Mason Hill alongside this time as we get ready to resume this as soon as the timeout is over. 3:50 left here in the second quarter. It is Johnson City 22 and Anna Jonesboro 11 as Johnson City has held Anna Jonesboro scoreless so far in this second quarter. Johnson City heading back out to the floor. Nolan Causey, Boston Payton, Keaton Ford, Isaiah Watson, and Connor Mallory. Out to the floor as Coach Mike Chamness has cooled off a little bit in the huddle as he drew up a play there during a timeout, and hopefully his players execute. 3:50 left here in the second quarter. Inbound by Anna Jonesboro to Harville. Harville takes the basketball as he crosses the timeline over to Carver on the far side. Carver with the basketball going baseline. He throws back out to Landon Trammell. 3-ball off center, and the ball is tipped to Connor Mallory. Mallory with the basketball. 3:33 left here in the second quarter. Connor taking the basketball up as Harville is really not guarded. Connor Mallory as close as he has Nolan Causey. Into Boston Payton, and there, that was a push-off. You got to call that.
Yeah, that one there was a legit charge. But this is about the 7th or 8th time here in this first half that we've seen them look for that, and that's something that the Indians are going to have to adjust to offensively.
Boston Payton got his first foul, team's 8, and because of the offensive foul, it will be no shots so far. Back to Henry, top of the key for Anna Jonesboro, off to Harville on the far side. Harville back to Carver, top of the key. Into Landon Trammell. Trammell off the glass, no good, as the rebound comes down to Isaiah Watson. Watson going quickly down to the other end. It's 2-step, going up for 2, no. And Isaiah Watson, I believe, just got a foul.
Yep. Looks like Harville will be doing the free throw shooting for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats.
Well, he's 0 for 2 so far this quarter. 2:57 left here in the second quarter. 22-11 is still the score. And Harville will go to line to shoot 1-on-1.
Mixon back into the ball game. He's taking over for Ethan Carver.
1-1, gentlemen. Harville at the line. Shots up and good. That's Anna Jonesboro's first point of the second quarter. 2:57 left here in the second. And Hall coming into the basketball game also for Anna Jonesboro.
He's going to take over for Dawson Trammell.
Harville sets, shots up, and no good. Boston Payton comes down with a rebound. Goes off to Nolan Causey here on this side. 2:53 left here in the second quarter. Causey throws off to Connor Mallory here on the near side. Back to Keaton Ford, top of the key. Keaton throws it over to Nolan Causey on the far side. Back to Connor. Connor, three ball. No, it's off front of the rim, and Hall comes down with the rebound. Hall's their shortest player, and he was able to get that rebound. Kind of like Big Sam Harris last year.
Right.
Mixing with the basketball, throwing off to Landon Trammell. Landon goes to Harville. Harville fakes three, back to Hall. Swings it over to Mixon. Mixon with the basketball, back to Harville. Harville fakes the three, goes down in the paint, up for two. Missed the wide open layup. And now Boston Payton comes down with a rebound. Throws it ahead to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball as he throws off to Connor Mallory here on this side. Mallory with the basketball off to Connor. Off to Nolan. Nolan goes over to Isaiah Watson on the far side as he fakes the throw down to Keaton Ford. Back to Connor Mallory, top of the key, off to Nolan on the far side. Nolan with the basketball as he throws to Boston Payton at the free throw line. Boston goes back out to Keaton Ford. Minute 54 left here in the second quarter. 22-12 is the score. 10-point lead for Johnson City. Boston Payton with the rebound as he throws to Keaton Ford. Ford with the little put up, and Nolan Causey knocks it back in, only for it to go into the hands of Mixon. He throws it ahead to Hall. Hall, he fakes a floater, and it goes into Henry. Henry back out to Harville, over to Landon. Landon with the basketball beyond the three-point line. Goes back to Harville, top of the key to reset the offense. Minute 25 here in the second quarter. 22-12 is the score. Johnson City's lead. Hall with the basketball, goes back to Landon. Landon beyond the three-point line as he throws off to Mixon. Excuse me, that's Hall, apologize. Off to Harville on the far side. Minute 7 left here in the first quarter.
They're going to reset the offense here, Matt. Try it again.
Coach Chamness is holding up an O and the 3, whatever that means. Harville throws back out to Hall. Hall travels. He picked up his pivot foot. And 56.4 seconds left here on the second quarter.
7th turnover of the ball game for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. So
and
the Indians can take advantage here.
Boston Payton out of bounds. He throws into Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball, being guarded by Hall. Causey, a head and full shoulders over Hall. As I said, he was the shortest guy on the roster. He is. And Connor Mallory from the free throw line jumped. Oh, no good. And Henry gets underneath Keaton Ford and unable to allow Keaton to a chance to rebound that ball game. And
Harville with the take. They're going to call the foul. Let's see who they call the foul on.
Boston Payton, that's his second, team's 10th. And Harville go to the line to shoot 2. 34.5 seconds left here in the second quarter, 22-12. 10-point lead for Johnson City currently. Shots up, and no good. It's off the right side of the rim. Harville not having the normal night that he's had in previous games.
Well, you know, we talked about it, Matt. This Anna Jonesboro Wildcat team as a team only shoots 55% from the free throw line.
Denny getting ready to come back in. Shots up and good. And Harville will make his second of 2 free throws. He's 2 for 6 from the charity stripe. 34.5 seconds left here in the second quarter. Denny comes in to replace Harville. Or does not replace Harville, I'm sorry. He replaces Henry. Nolan Causey throws ahead to Boston Payton. Payton with the basketball as he goes down in the paint. Jump shot off the board. It's good for 2.
The bank is open.
Oh, you took the words out of my mouth. Harville with the basketball as Coach Chamness stands up and calling out a play. Across the timeline, 13 seconds left here in the second quarter. 10. Harville's trying to set it up. 7 seconds. 6.
Starting a little late here.
4, 3, 2. He's going to have to pop it himself. He loses his feet.
Nope.
And no, it's no good. It is no good.
That does not. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see. That can't be good there. Let's see what the officials call here.
They're saying that Harville got the shot off, but as I was watching his hands, the buzzer sounded before he released the ball. How will this one end in the first half?
Anna's already in the locker room. Wow. Again, the officials getting a little bit after. 24-15 here at halftime, nonetheless.
Oh, my goodness. Man. So that is the 4 points that Anna Jonesboro scored this quarter and everything against, we had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points that Johnson City scored in the first quarter. It's halftime here at Anna Jonesboro. Johnson City 24. The Anna Jonesboro Wildcats 15. We'll be right back on Monster Radio WGGH.
Whether you're looking for an upgrade or you have damage after the last storm, call on Cardinal Claim Consulting, Roofing and Exteriors. Owned and operated by Johnson City High School alum Dewey Morgan, Cardinal Claim Consulting will work with homeowners who may have damage from wind or hailstorms, as well as homeowners who are just looking to upgrade. Give them a call at 1-833-52-STORM. That's 1-833-52-STORM. Locally owned, licensed, and insured, Cardinal Claim Consulting is a proud supporter of Johnson City Athletics. Roll Tribe. The Johnson City Indians strive for excellence in athletics. And at Johnson City Unit 1 schools, the administration, Board of Education, and faculty strive for excellence in the classroom as well. The mission of Johnson City Schools is to prepare their students for life in the 21st century. Johnson City teachers and coaches want to produce students who are value-driven, problem-solving, critical thinkers, ready for life beyond high school. From math champions to sports champions, Johnson City has set the bar high. Good luck, Indians, in all your endeavors from Johnson City Unit 1.
Family trust is on full spectrum, whether it be divorce, child custody, or clearing together. Johnson Major Leagues Attorney at Law can help you through the process along with a happier process, such as adoption. Since 2004, Major Leagues has through ups and downs, trials and tribulations from every room. Now her focus is family law. For more information, go to your call at 618-579-0579 or stop by the office at 611 or 12 Main to schedule an appointment.
For 100 years, Hill Printing Office Supply has been meeting the needs of Marion and Southern Illinois. That's right, Hill Printing Office Supply on Print Avenue, just off the square, is still at it. Printing everything from business cards to stationery to wedding invitations and more. 100 years of Hill Printing and 100 years of Indian football go hand in hand. Give Hill Printing a call today at 618-997-5304. For all of your printing and office supply needs, just visit Hill Printing and Office Supply, 110 North Print Avenue in Marion.
And we are back to Anna Jonesboro High School. Myself, Matt Cannon, alongside Dustin Hill. And tonight we have halftime here at the Anna Jonesboro Gymnasium as the Johnson City Indians are taking on the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. 24-15 is the score. Johnson City ahead by 9. Which technically should have been 11, but
yes, it should have.
That last-minute decision, which was made by the officials, by Harville's shot, Harville lost his footing as the clock went to about 3.5 seconds. He dribbled down towards the baseline along parallel with the paint. He shot after, or what we think was after, the buzzer, and it counted still for 2.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. You seen the light go off behind the backboard before it came out of his hands. The officials didn't see it that way. It just is what it is. You know, as far as team statistics go, we'll get to the points here in a minute, Matt. Indians out 14-11 on the rebounding side, and just 5 turnovers to Anna's 7. So Johnson City taking care of the basketball like we talked about, and still has the rebound advantage, and that's why they have a 9-point lead.
And Anna Jonesboro Wildcats, Dawson Trammell has 2 points on the night so far. Landon Trammell has 2 points as well. Dylan Harville has 6 points. He's 2 for 6 from the charity stripe. Bryce Henry has 5 points on the night. He is 1 for 2 from the free throw line as well. We talked about it in the pregame also that, we got to watch Dawson and Landon. We've got to watch Harville. And especially if they can get it down to Bryce Henry, he's the big man down low. He could do what he wants with the ball as well if he gets some dominance down there in the paint.
Well, and one you're leaving out is Ethan Carver, and him and Keaton Porter matched up, and you don't know the status. We don't know the status of Rafe Hawksworth, and that could be a big difference. That could be a matchup that makes a difference down the stretch here in the second half.
And we'll take another break. 24-15, Johnson City over Anna Jonesboro at halftime. We'll be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
IBEW Local 702, an international brotherhood of electrical workers, has more than 4,500 members. Working men and women in hard hats, steel-toed boots, and leather gloves scattered throughout the heartland, making a living while making the heartland a better place to live. IBEW Local 702 represents construction workers, tree trimmers, broadcast engineering, telephone company, and power utility personnel. IBEW Local 702 with offices in West Frankfort.
The fabric of the community for nearly 40 years, Genie's Magic Touch is a staple in Johnson City. Genie's Magic Touch have and will continue to support Indiana athletics. Whether it's an Indian needing the right haircut or mama needing a new tan, Genie's Magic Touch have you covered. Come see Jeannie and Leslie at 1009 Grand Avenue or give them a call at 6. Your dog a part of your child? Don't forget your pup needs pampered too. Locally owned by Jasmine Button, Tails to Nose will have your pup pampered and smelling fresh and clean. And now they are offering boarding as well. Located at 610 Adams Street in Johnson City. You can call or text to book an appointment with Jasmine at 618-922-5415. You will love Tails to Nose, and your fur baby will too. Isn't that right, Brownie? You want to go see Josie?
Our favorite spot in Johnson City is Lineman's Lounge. Whether it's before or after the big game, Lineman's Lounge has you covered. On the gridiron, on the court, or between the lines. Your go-to spot has to be Lineman's Lounge. Check out their daily specials, listen to live music on weekends, and they always are hosting local benefits. Go see the amazing staff at Lineman's Lounge, 100 East Broadway in Johnson City. Roll Tribe.
And here we are back at Anna Jonesboro Gymnasium. Myself, Matt Gannon, alongside Dustin Hill. And Dustin, we were just talking about seeing a gentleman with a Murfreesboro shirt on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming to see what all the hoopla about, I guess. And obviously the winner of this ball game takes on Murfreesboro on Wednesday, February the 23rd. We heard that Benton had pulled it out against West Frankfort. I will check the Twitterverse here in just a little bit for the result of that. They will take on Carterville in the late game at 7:30. We would face Murfreesboro at 6 p.m. if we can pull this one out.
And Coach Daryl Murphy, he's got 500 wins, but he's still scouting this ball club. I think they're 25-2, if I'm not mistaken.
They are a mess to be reckoned with, but it's not just the starting lineup this year. I mean, their JV ball game their JV team, is especially strong, and especially when you look into the juniors and the sophomores and the freshmen and everything. As the crowd erupts here, as Johnson City heads back out onto the floor, and but as you have that feeder team, so to speak, and everything, you have a lot of talent, and you've got a lot of uses for the next couple of years.
Yep, no doubt about it. And Coach Murphy will do a great job with that squad. But I look for the Indians to give them all they want and more.
So just about 2 minutes left here in the halftime. We will take a short break and be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
Heating and Cooling in Johnston City is 4 generations strong and is family owned and operated, serving Johnston City and all of southern Illinois since 1961. Colson's proudly uses Amana, provides professional installations, HVAC service, and has 24-hour emergency service. If you need anything related to heating and cooling, call Colson's Heating and Cooling at 618-983-8133. Colson's Heating and Cooling, a proud supporter of Johnston City's athletics. Roll Tribe! Are you Are you ready for all things Johnston City? From Indian athletics to the Johnston City community. Check out jcgptalk.com. Do it now.
Howard Funeral Home, located at 1008 West Broadway Boulevard, is family-owned and operated and has been serving Johnson City and the surrounding communities of Southern Illinois for many years. We at Howard Funeral Home are dedicated to helping families during what can be the most difficult times in life.
We will be there to assist you every step of the way, ensuring the most personalized, well-thought-out service. Our dedicated staff will provide support, compassion, and information throughout your journey of grief. It is always an honor for our family to assist your family in celebrating your loved one's life. Pyle Funeral Home is owned and operated by Dan and Sherry Pyle. We are honored to be a part of the rich history of our community and proud supporters of Indian Athletics. Give us a call at 618-983-7777 or visit.
As we come back to Anna Jonesboro High School, my name is Matt Cannon, Dustin Hill alongside, and hopefully our audio is feeding down to the video on the YouTube. Everything. Hey, we got a thumbs up, Roy, and there was Coach Todd Thomas just walking out of the gymnasium real quick.
Right. Now, I don't see Mr. Huxworth on the bench. So
I don't see him either.
I don't know if he's getting treatment, but Keaton Fort's going to do the duties for him.
And here we go. Carver with the basketball, top of the key, hands off to Harville. Harville now throwing it off to Dawson Trammell. Trammell, three ball, no good. And Logan Hunter, he is fouled by Carver. That'll be his third foul of the ball game. Team's first of the half. And over the back of Logan Hunter as he went up to rebound the basketball.
You're going to see a full court press here from the Anna Jonesboro
7:47 left here in the third quarter into Connor Mallory. Mallory throws it back to Logan. Logan over to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs back to Logan. Logan picks up, almost picked up his 5th foot off the Heath. Heath going back to Logan, top of the key. Logan off to Nolan. Nolan Causey with the basketball as he goes between the circles. Comes back this side over to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs with the basketball off to Keaton Fort into Logan Hunter. Nolan Causey saves the day with a loose ball. Nolan Causey comes up with a quick hands and quickly goes top of the key back once again. Heath Nibbs with the basketball off to Keaton Ford. Keaton Ford tries to feed it into Logan Hunter, and it's stolen by Carver. Carver throws ahead to Harville. Harville over here to Landon Trammell. Trammell with the basketball back to Harville. Over to Dawson. Dawson picked up his foot before he put the ball down, and they are calling that every single time.
That little stutter step, and they could have got the other Trammell for that one as well here in front of us. So
Logan Hunter out of bounds. And Logan Hunter being talked to by the student section right behind him. I love the trash talk, don't get me wrong. But Connor Mallory throwing ahead to Nolan Causey up on the floor. Throws it into, or tried to throw it into Heath Nibbs. The loose ball came down to Logan Hunter. Heath Nibbs, 3 ball, no, off the back of the rim. Keaton Fort comes up with a rebound. It is Johnson City possession.
It's kind of curious to see. There was no conferring between the officials there.
6:46 left here in the third quarter as Heath Nibbs slaps the basketball out of bounds. And throws it into Connor Mallory. Mallory with the basketball as he tries to go down into the paint. He backs up beyond the three-point line, top of the key. Off to Nolan Causey on the far side. Causey with the basketball as he throws to Logan Hunter at the free throw line. Logan takes the handoff, goes into Connor Mallory. Mallory here on the near side. Mallory with the basketball as he spins. He almost runs into Logan Hunter. Out to Big Smooth. 3 ball. No, it's missed. And it goes to Harville. Harville beating all the Indians down to the other floor. And he scores a layup. Dylan Harville scores 2. And now Henry with the basketball. He scores a layup with the quick breakaway. Goes into Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. And Dawson Trammell is all over him. Finally gets called for the foul. And Dawson Trammell, that's his third. Team second of the half. 5:59 left down there in the third quarter. 24-19 is the score. And
offensively, the Indians are going to have to space the floor a little bit better to get their playmakers some spacing.
5:59 as the clock is not run. There it is. Clock is running now. 5:55 as Connor Mallory crosses the timeline. Into Keaton Ford. Ford with the basketball. Hands it off to Nolan Causey. Causey from the free throw line. Throws out to Connor Mallory. Mallory dribbles down on the baseline. Back into the paint as Connor Mallory spins. 7-footer. Good. Connor Mallory scores 2. And that was a Jordan 2-pointer.
9 on the ball game now for the junior.
3 defenders up against him, and he put it up like it was nothing. Carver with the basketball here on the near side. Throws off to Landon Trammell. Trammell with the basketball back to Harville. Harville goes down in the paint, and
It's going to be a travel. Oh, they're going to get a foul?
Nolan Causey, that is his first, team's first. And wow, all right. 5:21 left here in the third quarter. Landon Trammell out of bounds, throws off to Carver. Carver back down to Harville. Harville gets called, and he scores. Harville scores. He'll get a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
They're going to get Nolan Causey on that one.
And it's his first and second fouls. Harville will get a shot for the old-fashioned three-point play. 5:17 left here in the third quarter, 26-21. A 5-point lead for Johnson City.
Cut the deficit in half with just
Shots up and good.
3 minutes, man. That's the first 4 minutes. You know, this next minute for the Indians is going to kind of dictate how this second half is going to play out.
Logan Hunter out of bounds for Johnson City. Throws off to Connor Mowry. Mowry with the basketball, charging hard. And Connor throws it back to Logan Hunter. Hunter over to Causey on the far side. Causey back to Connor. Connor here on the near side as he fakes a three into Keaton Ford. Ford goes up for two. Off the glass. It's good. Keaton Ford scores two. Keeps the 6-point lead. 4:55 left here as Harville crosses the timeline. Heads up top of the key. Goes over to Mixon. Mixon with the basketball into Henry. Henry goes up for two. Wide open. And he scores.
Look like almost that stutter step that we talked about there. That's no call.
Connor tries to pass the ball between the legs of Wildcats, and Mixon gets the steal. Harville with the basketball. Throws it over to Landon Trammell here on the near side. Off to Mixon in the corner. Mixon with the basketball into Henry. Henry trying to fake, and he's trying to get Big Smooth to go big. And,
oh, that's really bad.
Henry went up for the two-pointer. Logan stood there, and they called him anyway. His third, team's third. And it is a full timeout for Coach Scott Brzezinski. We will take one as well. 4:20 left here in the third quarter. It is Johnson City 28 and Jonesboro 24. We'll be right back on Monster Radio WGGH.
Fabric of the community for nearly 40 years, Genie's Magic Touch is a staple in Johnson City. Genie's Magic Touch have and will continue to support Indiana athletics. Whether it's an Indian needing the right haircut or mama needing a new tan, Genie's Magic Touch have you covered. Come see Jeannie and Leslie at 1009 Grand Avenue or give them a call.
It's WGGH Marion and W253CR Marion.
As we come back, myself, Matt Cannon, Dustin Hill alongside as we have 4:20 here in the third quarter. It is Johnson City 28 and Jonesboro 24, and it seems like halftime has awoken the Wildcats.
And you know what? Your senior leaders, Matt, are going to have to step up here. Heath Nibbs, you know, he's going to